is up, my Magic Miscreants? Wizard Dragon here with a fun deck for you today, and today we're going to Dimir. A little bit of an aggro, a little bit of a control-y type build, but very, very effective. Very, very effective when it comes to kind of controlling what's going on in the current meta, and I'll explain why. It does have elements of control, but it also has elements of aggro and just stealing stuff. So let's get into it. We start with the suite with Spyglass Siren, because when it enters, create a map token. It has flying, all sorts of that fun stuff. Caustic Exhale, because we're running some dragons. This is a very nice, effective tool. As an additional cost to cast the spell, Behold a Dragon or pay 1. Target creature gets -3/-3 till end of turn. Intimidation Tactics, because we like to look at their hand and exile cards from it. Dispelling Exhale, same deal with the Caustic Exhale. As an additional cost to cast it, you may Behold a Dragon. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2, but if a dragon was beheld, they have to pay 4 instead. Flood Pit's Drowner, because we like to go in and tap stuff down. So when it enters, it has Flash and Vigilance. Tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Then if we tap 1 and a blue and tap it, we shuffle this creature and target creature with a stun counter on it into the owner's libraries. Negate, because we like to get rid of like non-creature spells. Anoint with Affliction, because we like to get rid of, lesser creatures. And Go for the Throat, because we like to get rid of creatures, period, that aren't artifact creatures, by the way, because they don't work. Outrageous Robbery. I like putting this card in because of the fact that we can steal cards, and it's kind of one of those like late game-ish sort of finishers where you just start stealing their stuff, and I like playing the other people's decks. Tishana's Tidebinder. This is just an annoying card. When this creature enters, it has Flash. Counter up to 1 target activated or triggered ability. If an ability of an artifact, creature, or planeswalker is countered this way, that permanent loses all abilities for as long as this creature remains on the battlefield. Creature of the Schism, must have Death Touch. Whenever this creature attacks the player with the most life, when this creature attacks the player with the most life or tied for most life, create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink. When this creature attacks while you have the most life or are tied for most life, you draw a card and lose 1 life. So we can gain some advantages there. Aetherize, because we like to return all attacking creatures to their owner's hands. Scavenger Regent, because with Exude Toxin, each non-dragon creature gets -X/-X till end of turn. And it's a nice little chunky 4/4 flyer with the ward discard. Now, Kaito. Kaito can come into play here with Ninjutsu with 1 and a blue and a black. During your turn, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/4 ninja creature with Hexproof, and +1, they get an emblem with you ninjas control. Get +1/+1. That was a sentence, I swear. It's been a long day. Surveil 2 for 0, then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn, and then for -2, tap target creature and put 2 stun counters on it. Works very, very well with the Flood Pit's Drowner. And finally, we have Meringue River Regent for Coil and Catch for 3 and a blue, draw 3 cards and discard a card, and for 4 and 2 blue, when this creature enters, return up to 2 other target null-land permanents to their owner's hands. Sideboard, Dive Down. Whale of the Forgotten is a kind of a fun card to have in there because it gives us some choices. Deadly Cover-Up, because we like to do mass sweepers. Not dead after all, because we like to mess with people sometimes. Aetherize, Ley Line of the Void. We don't like Resurrector decks. And Lost in the Maze. I like to throw this card in there. We like to give our tapped creatures hexproof and put stun counters on things. So this is kind of a funky build. I've seen a lot of Dimir floating around in the meta. Figured I'd give it my spin. So if you like what you see, please like, please subscribe. If you're new to my channel, we do a best of 1 and a best of 3, so you can see how the deck functions in either one of those environments. So without further ado, let's get to the Dimir, the outrageous Dimir games, kids. We're against Louis for our best of 1 matchup. This doesn't do us much good. This does a little bit better. Say we get rid of that. So we do have the Go for the Throat. We do have the Regent and the Dispelling Exhale, so that does bode a little well for us. And we'll swing. We're going to hold the Dispelling Exhale and see what they do. Okay, Golgari, solid. And SULTAI Devotee, I'm going to say no. Now, I'm not going to behold a dragon because I want to leave it a surprise for them when I slam them with a... yeah, we'll take that. And same deal with the go for the throw. We're going to uphold that. Keep threats off the board. And go from there. Another tap land, okay. Totally okay. Interesting. I'm curious. I don't know why I was. Very interesting. Okay. I'll say I think we do Preacher. And we put see what that does. Yeah, Caustic Exhale works. Alright, so now I'm truly curious as to what they're playing. Is this like an uncommons type build? What am I looking at here? I mean, you've got an island and why? Okay. I am slightly curious. Sweet. Now we can steal their stuff. Do you have a deadly cover-up? What is this? You know what we're gonna do? We're going to see what the top of their... We're going to see what they've got. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I don't really want to use... No, I think we're going to do this. Now, I can't buff that up with anything, but... Yeah, that worked. Kinda, sorta. Oh, Cotis! How fun are you? I can destroy you because this... Oh, don't tell me you've got a counter spell. Yeah, you got something. Negate? Ah, dangnabbit. That's alright. Well, guess what? I got this. Ready? Indeed, -1. So that does not have indestructible when you do stuff like that. Huh. Okay, well, you're flooded out. Good to see. I like to see that. And we get him. Alright, let's go with the best of 3. We're against KFBR392 for our best of 3 matchup. Land heavy, but we can keep this. We can work with this. Go with this. We don't have any dragons, so let's hold up the Caustic Exhale and see what they come up with. Oh, hey, there's that. That's clever. This could be like a mounts build. Not terrible. Watch at the end of the land. Yep. So that's how we roll. We just hit every single land that we can possibly find. And that's how we roll. Interesting. It's like a SELESNYA. Yeah, at this point I'm just like, you know what? Let's just see what they've got. Let's see what they're playing with. Because quite frankly, I can't play much of what I'm playing with here. Alright. That's pretty good. Triplet Stable Master, Lifelink. Hey, that's pretty cool. Alright, so what are they going to throw down that they can... Ah, yep, there it is. What is that? Oh, yeah, ouch. Okay, well, maybe we're in a little bit of trouble here. To your hand, oh, yep, there's that. Yep, so this is a... well, we have this, so that's actually not the... I don't think I've ever seen that card played before. It's tapped. Beginning your second main phase of is tapped. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, whatever floats your boat. I think part of the problem with this deck is... Oh, what? You're sealing away your own card. Oh, no, I was about to say, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. But sure. Do we take another hit? Or do we just kind of roll with it and hope that we find something? Alright, well, what are you doing here? Alright, goes in. The Kaito's not a terrible thing here. If only we remember to, do this. Right? Right.
Let's give it our all, pump. Bet you didn't.
And I think what we have to do is we have to do this. We have to tap that down.
Take a break,
and you know what? It's not gonna matter much, is it? Because they can just find something to tap this. Yeah. Just not getting the not getting the breaks. And quite frankly, I don't think we're playing too hot either. I mean, we're really spread out with this deck. It's meant to be flexible, but now it's just kind of like you're not hitting the cards we need when we need them. So it's a funky little combination here. So and it's like you're not doing enough damage as well. So that's like, oh gosh, not much better. But I mean, at least we get some stuff out of it. Maybe some spot removal. You're drawn to a land, and we're not terrible here. I ditch a Kaito. And the reason I ditch the Kaito is because we draw into more. We can get this up and rolling. And we can actually do that too. So that, oh yeah, hey, there it is. Usually it always comes through. What in the world? Alright, well, we're not taking care of that. That gets above a cut down, and it gets above a... and it gets above the... Wow. Alright, well... This is a very interesting deck that KFBR has found here. Can't say I don't like it. It does seem very interesting. But what we can do is we can, you know, manifest dread after that. And, yeah, that'll crew. Okay, so let's see. We will behold a dragon. Do you seriously have a, I was supposed to say, seriously a counter spell? Because that would just, yeah, that's great. I like that idea. Nope. You already know I have a dragon. Why would you want to do that? Let's just throw down the Kaito. Tap you down.
Scarier things in a bowl of noodles. I've got them picked.
We do have an
Press the
Aetherize,
attack.
so that is also a very much an option. And yeah, let's swing in. Might as well. And we're gonna hold up a few things here. And that's not really what we want to see, but I think what we are going to do is this. We are going to do that, and ooh, hey, go for the throat. And that's an artifact. We really can't go that, but we can do Anoint with Affliction isn't terrible. What we can do is, actually, let's do this. We just tap this down. We hold up our Anoint with Affliction. Swing in. Pump you up again. And we'll go from there.
I just hate a fair fight.
Because this way, if we take care of the War Wagon, and we've got the removal to deal with it. Yeah, that is a thing. Wait for them to, Sheltered by Ghosts. Yeah, no. I'm gonna get exiled for that. Yeah, and you'll tap that. That's fine. Oh, except, nope, didn't mean to do that. That's okay. Yeah, I'll crew that. Yeah, so they just end up getting that anyways. That gets exiled. They're gonna take out my Kaito. Nope. I just call it a game. Okay, that's clever. That's clever. Alright, Well, let's see. Alright, so we go 2 and 2, so this gets published. We will get a video out tonight. I'm fine with that. At least 2 and 2 with this deck. I gotta tell you, it's been really, really just not so good on the ladder these days. Not so much. Not so much at all. So, let's see what KFBR 392 does, and we'll go from there. See what happens here. Not terrible. On our elves. Alright, so they'll get the ramp going before we can get off the ground. But we can do that. That's okay. I think one thing we can look at too is, do they do a shelter? If you seriously do Sheltered by Ghosts on my Spyglass sighting, I don't agree with that. I seriously disagree with that move right there. I get that it's a I get that you have Ward 2 and whatnot, but I can just put this down and I can just block. Unless you have another one that will spawn. Okay, well, that's okay. So I'll just kill that. And then add that to that. Alright, well, that's not terrible. You have another one? And another one. I steal from existence. Yeah, sure. Whatever. I can use counter magic, always. I don't mind. Now, this is the type of deck I don't mind losing to, because when you get this sort of... This is what Magic to me is all about. This is what... Like, I've never seen this sort of deck before. It's like a Selesnya ramp, artifacty, control-y type build. That's what I like to see. That's honestly what I like to see. So, to me, that's the epitome of Magic, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I learned something in Don't worry, Pom-Pom-chan. I've got this.
Do you seriously have like a Tyvar stand to make it like X-proof? No. Okay. No.
You're
That's
not
that.
going anywhere.
Now, of course, we're gonna have to deal with whatever they throw down. Serac. Okay. And now they do that. They kill the Kaito. Yeah, that's what it is. Although, that doesn't have trample. It doesn't have trample, so we can block that. I'm okay with that. And we'll gain a little bit of life. Now, what do you have in your hand? Interface Ace. Target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, that is fun stuff. Let's do this. Let's draw that. And...
Never underestimate my skills.
Okay. So they'll crew that. Oh, Felidar retreat. Okay. So they'll crew that. I think it's just best to let our Kaito go at this point because... Yeah, that's fine. That's totally okay. Two beastie. Is that what we're looking at here? Yep. Okay. Yeah, because what they'll do is they'll put that down. It's just best to let Kaito go at this point.
Exit strategy.
Hey, check it out. That gains hexproof and indestructible. Okay, so now we have to be real careful with this because they will cast that. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for maybe an intimidation tactic. But... because if I cast this, what they're going to do is they're going to cast this onto whatever. So I think we're better off just not doing anything at all. Seeing what they have in their hand... trying to cast, like, maybe Dispelling Exhale. Although it's gonna have to be something big. Yeah, it's gonna have to be something big. So that's gonna come. We're gonna take 11. Am I reading that right? So I think. Yeah, we're gonna hold off on that. And they'll just put on. They're just gonna put on. Yeah, now they'll put the counters on. I think we just do this. I think we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna go and see what they got. Hey, check it out. They've also got a Sheltered by Ghosts. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, well, so actually, let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna behold a dragon. We're gonna take this off. Auto pay. That. We'll draw a card. Okay, that's fine. It gets that off the board at least. Yep. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to see. Gains hexproof. Because this way, now all we can do is do Sheltered by Ghosts. Unless they found something. They find another one? Now, do I do this? If it's tapped, that's the power. Seraphic Steed with first strike. Touch. I think we do this. And we hold up on that. Now, of course, they find a land. They're going to add bonuses to this. They did. Okay, so they're going to put on... Yep. Okay. So now, we've got some choices to make. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. And we're going to... I don't think we make it out of this, though. Nope, we just barely... No, we don't even just barely. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's go to the post-game analysis. So normally we like to go like 3-0, 4-0, basically undefeated with decks like this. But in reality, I think that we just haven't had it the past couple nights. It's been rough. Tried to record this last night and had a little bit of luck with the best of one. Did this again tonight. This is literally like take 2. So I'm like, not gonna try to force my way through this. I think part of the issue with this deck that we had is there's just so many. We have so many cards to choose from, and we're trying to cover all the bases. We gotta stick and be more consistent. So I think that a little more consistency with this build is definitely something that we need to look at. But if you like what you saw, please give me some suggestions. I don't really like I said, I don't like running like net decks and stuff like that. So trying my own little spin on something that's already out there, especially with the inclusion of Outrageous Robbery, that card I don't feel gets played a lot. So if you like what you saw, though, please subscribe. And as always, my magic miscreants, may you always be on the play. May your spells always hit the battlefield. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.